I think that the recent scrutiny of loans granted to Videocon by the consortium of banks, specifically ICICI Bank, is going to be taken negatively by the market. But in the short term, though, but this is going to result in unprecedented lower levels in some of the banks like ICICI Bank and some of the PSU banks for sure, which have an exposure to Videocon industries per se. But but what this is going to bring forth is that the valuations is going to come down and it's going to stabilize over the medium term. And I see a great potential in specifically banks like ICICI Bank, which has a great management in place per se, and you can't penalize the management on every decision they take on specific loans to be granted. I'm sure they're all professional managements in place, and you will need to uh, give the management some time, and the management's efficacy should be weighed on the bank's performance and not by specific loans granted to specific corporates. So, if you are going to scrutinize every loan granted to the corporate, and if it's going to become the eye of the media, and various agencies investigating on such things, it's not going to be a healthy scene for the Indian banking industry. So for the short term, I am certainly bearish because the fact that things are going too far, and the management's ability to take a judgmental call on specific loans itself is becoming a talk of the town. I don't think lenders would be confident enough at this point to lend. So this is unfortunately sending a very bad signal, and I'm sure if lenders take cues from such events, I'm sure that they would be very extra careful going forward when they are lending to various corporates. That's not a great situation to be in. After all, how do banks make money? They make money when they lend to various corporates, right? And various corporates may have requirements at various points of time, and it might not be that these corporates are healthy in terms of their finances and all of that. Of course, the bank should be independent enough to take such calls whenever need be. But if you are going to question banks on every decision they take, it's going to be a pretty nasty situation to be in. So for the short term, I think Indian private banks would see some bit of consolidation, barring few banks for sure, like Kotak Bank, Indusind Bank, and HDFC Bank, which is going to be pretty much resilient in the current bearish run. But for that, I am seeing a huge turmoil in the Indian banking industry. So for the next 1 year per se, I am taking a bearish view on all banks except the three which I just spoke about. PSU banks, as I said in one of my last vlogs, they are trending pretty cheap, and therefore, on account of pretty low valuations, we might see a bounce of about 20-25% in the short run. But this market is certainly not for long-term investors at this point. Expect the market to correct, going forward. Thank you.